Hello, everyone. I am Angela Duncan, CEO and founder of Empower Her Money. I am a speaker, best-selling author, podcast host, serial entrepreneur. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. I recently wrote a book called Empower Your Money. It has 101 tips in the book and is available on Amazon Kindle for less than $2. But today I want to go in depth to several of the key points that I made in the book so that you can have an action item, leave the video today and be able to implement something in your business or your personal life. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen real quick here. So give me. So this is the book again, Empower Your Money. Like I said, you can go check it out, but that's not the purpose of today. Today, I want to go over several of the tips within the book so that you can take away some action items to implement into your business, into your personal life today. So first one, and when I talk with clients and I do one-on-one or group coaching with my clients, I always tell them that you need to know your numbers. So if you imagine open Google Maps on your phone, and you want to get to a destination, your financial goals, your business goals, whatever that destination looks like to you. Well, it can't tell you how to get there without you first knowing where you're starting. So I challenge you, print out the last 3 months of credit card, bank statements, look at your paycheck stub or your business income and go over everything line by line. I think you'll be quite surprised that you might be missing some items that you're currently paying for that you shouldn't be paying for. So I want you to cut those out immediately and really think about what's in the credit cards. If you haven't looked at your credit card in a while, I know it can be kind of scary, but look at it and see what the charges are that are going through on your credit card, on your bank statement, and perhaps there's some things in there, subscriptions, things that you don't even use anymore that you can cancel. Or maybe you were charged for something that you weren't supposed to, so you need to go get that refund. But I challenge you to know what your numbers are today. Once you know what your income is, what your expenses are, then you'll be able to set financial goals for your business and for your personal life and be able to know where you're at every step of the way because you know where your starting point is. Next one, and this is probably one of my favorite, is to create a visual goal board. Now, I recommend that you do both your personal and your business life on one vision board. That way you're constantly looking at it. What you focus on expands. And so it's so important for you to have a visual in front of you. And with the advent, like with technology today, you can go to canva.com and you can create a vision board there. Now, I'm a little bit old school. I still like to go buy whiteboards. I still like to buy magazines. And if I can't find something that I'm specifically looking for, then maybe I go online and print it out. But make this a fun activity. It should have short, mid, and long-term goals. But maybe you want to host this in December as part of a holiday party. You guys are, planning your goals for next year. Have your friends, your family, maybe this is a coworker event. Maybe you want to just have 2 vision boards. You keep a personal one at home that you can share with your family. Then you have one at the office or at your job so that you know where you're always heading. If you don't tell your money where to go, it's going to leave you. So that's a famous Dave Ramsey quote, but make it visual and have some fun with this. Go long term and go big. And if you don't accomplish it, it's okay. Let me talk a little bit about real estate. I'm a big real estate investor. I had a top performing RE/MAX for many, many years. I've had my real estate license for over 15 years now. Actually, I think it's longer. Yeah, it's a little bit longer. That's crazy. Time goes by so fast. But one of the things that we're seeing right now in the commercial real estate space is it was very common for people who bought commercial properties. So office buildings, multifamily like apartments or storage units, they were using adjustable rate mortgages. And with the high interest rate environment that we're in right now, it got really dangerous. In fact, several people I know invested in real estate with an adjustable rate mortgage and they got foreclosed on because the rates were just crazy and has tripled since they purchased the property. So I really want you to know what this is. An adjustable rate mortgage means that the rate can be adjusted. It's only locked in for a short amount of time, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. And then whatever the current rate is in the market conditions, then it adjusts. It could go up, it could go down. But why take the risk, especially on a primary home, a home that you're going to be living in you always want to make sure that your rate is locked. Do a fixed rate mortgage on your personal properties. And if you put enough down and you're really savvy in real estate, you can consider the adjustable rate mortgage, but definitely look at your first rate mortgage as your first option. I am an avid shoe person. I probably have 100 pairs, and I know this one goes right to my heart on this, but shoes are not an investment. I've been told this many, many times. It's a line item in my budget. I know if I spend money on shoes, I might as well be flushing the money down the toilet, right? Well, I enjoy it. It's kind of a hobby for me. But this is another quote from my book, and it says that shoes are not an investment, but to try diamonds instead. Now, I recommend this only for my savvy investors. You know, when we look at your total budget and how much money you have to invest, you can look at the stock market, you can look at real estate investing, but I recommend that you have a small portion of that go towards a hobby. So if shoes are your hobby, that's not an investment, you're just putting money away, that is more of an expense. But you can look at investing in precious metals. You can do that through the stock market. You can do it through like tangible precious metals like diamonds, gold, silver. But maybe you like to drink wine. So maybe you're a wine collector. Maybe you like cars. So you can do a classic car collection. And it should be part of your investment budget so that you can have some fun with it. Don't always make investing so boring that you don't want to do it. Have a little part of your investment budget go towards something of your hobby that you become knowledgeable on, that you're the expert on. That way that money, whatever you're investing it in, will hopefully grow as well. Yes, I love this one too. I do travel quite often. Once a year, I try to go to one new place outside of the US. I like to meet people, interview people, and just learn about other cultures. And so one of the things that I have here is to create a local experience. If you're someone who likes to go out and do new things, look around your own area where you live, like your backyard. Figure out what fun things are there to do here locally and kind of put together a little package. You can advertise this through Yelp. You can advertise this through travel agents, but if it's something that you know and that you enjoy and you want to share with other people, consider putting together a package so that people coming into town to visit may want to learn more about the city, or maybe there's something unique that you know. Maybe it's car shows, maybe it's artwork, you know, whatever it is that's kind of known for your area, you can put together this little package and it'll help you create extra income so that you can hit your financial goals quicker. Next up is pack your work lunch. I know this doesn't sound very exciting, but if you don't work from home, actually, if you work from home, you can do the same thing. I do my meal prep on Sundays. I do cook sometimes, but I make sure that I have some food in the house that is healthy and that I can go and grab really quickly. One, I'm not spending extra money on food that I don't need. And two, it's a much healthier lifestyle to be able to cook from home and have that money or have that food prepared for you so that when you are home working or if you're at the office, then you have something healthy that you can go to right away, and make sure you're incorporating like healthy snacks, things that you know that you'll eat that will help you stay on budget again so that you can meet those financial goals quicker. That's the whole name of the game. That's the reason why I wrote the book, is because I want you to hit your financial goals much quicker. One of the things that you can go through to help create some quick cash for you is to go through your house and find some things in your house that perhaps one you bought you never used and you can't return, or maybe it's very gently used. There are a lot of different apps that you can use that you can sell your stuff on. But here's what I want you to look at. Do a little bit of research. Know how much is the listing fees for that specific application. eBay, for example, doesn't charge a list fee, but when you sell it, they do have fees on the back end. So several of the apps, whether you're selling shoes and clothes or books, or maybe you're going to sell some things on eBay, check out their fees and compare it so you can make sure that you're still getting the most money for your items, because you're going to put in the same amount of work no matter which app that you use. So you want to make sure that at the end of the day, the money that comes into your pocket is the most amount of money. So do your research and check out the fees for each of the applications that you might be considering. Yes, small, consistent spending habits change results in long-term changes. And this is very true. If you've ever read The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, one of my favorite books that I've read, is that small changes make big impact. And because it's easier for you to implement and stick to a small change, whether it's in your personal diet, your personal finances, and your spending habits, maybe you're going to explore some things in your business that you want to implement, but start with some small changes and stick to that small change. until it becomes a habit. Then the next thing you do is implement another change. And you keep building on those changes, because before you know it, 5, 6, 7 years from now, it's going to make huge changes from just that little change that helps you explode into the next level that you need to get to in order to reach your financial goals. I'm a big craft person. I've always been very creative. And so I like to make things, whether it is jewelry or, candles. I have a whole line on Etsy of candles with motivational quotes, but I like to use my creativity in my downtime. It helps me, just to stay focused, but also to break things up a little bit. So I'm not always so business focused. So if you have a hobby or something that you like to do, Etsy is a great spot for you to kind of promote that. And there's tons and tons of videos on YouTube where you can learn how to create an Etsy store, how to create products. Maybe you're going to do a drop ship. Maybe you're going to do some t-shirts with some really cool sayings, or you have an idea. There's lots of companies that will just automatically, from order to ship to payment, so it's a one and done for you after you set it up. So check out YouTube and become a YouTube University graduate so that you can make sure you're, again, putting your time to use. Yes, it could be a fun hobby, but if you can't actually sell your products and share it with the world, then what's the point? So do a little bit of research, figure out what you need to do. If you're going to go on Etsy to sell your crafts or anything else that you're making, or on eBay, go to YouTube and check out the free videos so that you can put the best use of time forward. This is a website. You definitely have to write this one down. So unclaimed.org. So you probably have money that's sitting out there waiting for you to claim it back. This is an easy website for you to make sure you're checking every year. And I say that every year because different institutions post money to this website at different times. So what's on this website? Say, for example, you turned on an electric, right, at a house or an apartment, somewhere you rented or something that you own. You turned on the utilities for that place. Oftentimes, they're asking you for a deposit. Once you turn off the utilities because maybe you sold the house or you moved, you had to relocate for work, that deposit is supposed to be refunded to you. Well, if you moved or you didn't call the utility company and tell them your forwarding address or something did not work out properly, then that money is going to sit there. And it sits in, depending on the state and the institution, it can sit there for 90 days. It could sit there for 5 years before they have to legally transfer it over to a website like this, unclaimed.org, where you can just type in your information and search for anything that could potentially be, your money that needs to be returned to you. They also help you provide the process which you can contact the company that has your money that needs to be returned to you so that you can put more money in your pocket, once again, to hit your financial goals quicker. But this should be on your to-do list every year. Wherever you have your calendar, put this down and put it as a reoccurring, because you never know how much of your money is sitting out there waiting for you to claim it back. Okay, so I had said, I wrote this book, Empower Your Money, and it was a lot of fun to write this. I have not yet done the Audible version of that. And I've heard from a lot of people that they love to listen to the Audible. Oftentimes as an author, you're going to read your own book, but not every author likes to do that because, let's just face it, some of us have a face for TV, some of us have a voice for radio. So if you don't feel like you have the voice that people are going to want to listen to tune into, and make sure that they're paying attention, then perhaps you don't want to do the Audible on your own book. You can hire someone else to do that, which is really awesome because, I always say delegate any task that does not suit you or that you're not having fun with. But on the flip side, if you think you have a voice that people like listening to, and perhaps you want to create more income for yourself, well, here's 3 websites that you can check out that you can be hired, put your services out there, and then an author or a script writer can hire you to speak their book, speak their ad for them. So acx.com is one of them. It's probably the most popular because it works with Audible and Amazon. So you're going to have the largest marketplace if you go to ACX and you sign up there. Voices.com. I think there's also voices123.com. Both of them you can sign up to be hired to be able to speak other people's books and scripts. And the last one is backstage.com. And this is also incorporates for actors and actresses. Maybe you want to be on a TV commercial or be an extra in a movie or TV show, or you want to read for the Audible part of a book. This one has a little bit more options, but it's has a variety of tasks that you can be hired for. But this is just a great way, again, for you to create extra income. Write these websites down. You can sign up on the weekend. You can do this at night. You can do this from home. You can do this while on vacation and help create more income for yourself, for your family, so that you can reach your goals quicker. I do a ton of networking events. It's just something I love to do. That's how the podcast got started, because I like to meet people. I like to ask them about their stories, and every one of us has something to share. So this is a quote that I often say, whether it's on my podcast, it's in my book. When I write information or do speaking events, this is the one thing that I tell people, that you are one connection, one idea, and one implementation. So not just knowing, not just meeting, but taking the action item to implement what it is that you learned from somebody else into your own life, into your personal life, into your business life. This is how you achieve your goals. So first you seek out information, where you meet new people that have the information. Then you take the action item back and you implement it. And you keep working on that action item until it becomes a habit. Because until it becomes a habit, it's not going to be part of your process, which is not going to help you towards your financial goals. So it's so important for you not only to seek the information, but to put it to work. Why spend the time seeking the information if you're not going to come back and actually implement it into your business so that it can explode? Implement it into your personal life so you can become the best version of you. Implement is the key, not just learning, but implementation. So thank you so much for joining me today on this. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you wrote down those action items. Feel free to watch this again if you missed some information. And if you have any questions, reach out to me directly. I am putting on this amazing event on November 4th called Dominate Your Business Plan. That's the website, dominateyourbusinessplan.com. Would love to see you there. But again, learn, seek out information, find people who have the information, and implement that. It is going to be the best way for you to reach your financial goals that much quicker. Again, my name is Angela Duncan with Empower Her Money, and I hope you enjoyed today, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for tuning into Empower Her Money podcast. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to subscribe, share this podcast, and leave a review wherever you are tuning in.